Our first speaker is Sadie Olsen, co-founder of Whiteswan Environmental, and I'll let you introduce yourself further. And her presentation is called "The Salmon People Are Worth Saving."
Now, Siam, I squile nostalgia Siam salaluchla si salaluchla Haishka Kwastlmut sanasna cha uchlamisin Saanich First So Soitin ohiluk quinnis athla atiakaias Nuchchisin Maqualia quinnis enatachel Nistli quinnis qual aquaquinos qual Outsen kachit sa uchlamichasin utatasin quinnis twinouts Shquoluins cha nuchlami tenguch Haishka atias geno eichstate. Hello, good day, my friends and relatives, and my relatives who are passed on, and my relatives who are passed on before them. I am thankful to be here today with IMERSS from AGM. My traditional name is Kwastlmut, which has been passed down from my mom, and she got her name from our grandma Sadie, who got her name from our grandma Hannah. And we are from the Lummi Nation, and we're also from the Saanich Nation in BC, which is Saanich, and it's located on Vancouver Island. I'm happy to see all of you here today. I'm thankful that you can all be here. I just want to say a few words. I don't know the Lummi language, and I'm still learning how to speak it. We are one mind, one heart, one people. And we are from the territory of the Lummi people. Haishka, thank you for your good work. I am a co-founder of a Native-led nonprofit organization called Whiteswan Environmental. And our vision is to support community healing for the natural, cultural, and historical restoration to the Salish Sea for 7th generation sustainability. Our vision is to support 7 longhouses in the Salmon Islands and 7 longhouses in the Gulf Islands for kindergarten through PhD, mountain to sea, reef to reef, Coast Salish Tribal Heritage Field Institute. We first started our organization in 2014, and we've really grown our support system and our network of amazing alliances throughout the years, and now it's 2021 and we're working with Andrew. And I just want to acknowledge that we were recently awarded the Indigenous Communities Fellows Award for the WE Digital Ecocultural Mapping Project, which Andrew has been helping us with. And that is a project that's going to allow us to provide our communities with different levels of what our environment is providing for us, whether it's on a cultural level or linguistic level or a biological level, and all of the different types of life forms that we have to protect. And everything that we're doing is for our future generations. It's also based on what we've learned from our elders over the past, the past lifetime. We've had a lot of elders giving us different sorts of wisdom and even support systems who have been on our elder advisory board. Our most recent elder who passed away was Sam Salik, and he was the hereditary chief of the Lummi Nation. And he had shared some knowledge with us about how our native medicines are, or our native plants are medicines. Our songs are medicines. And those are things that we have to offer forward to our people. And those are our strengths. And those are things that we have to know that we come from those. And that will provide us with the strengths for our future. So it was really amazing to hear some of the knowledge she had to share. Another person who's on our Elder Advisory Board is Sisayathat, and that is Paul Wagner's mother, Mary Wagner. Paul Wagner is one of our board members. So if you look at the website, I linked in the chat box, you can see who's on our board and who's our co-founders and who is our Elder Advisory Board. And we've recently came up with the Whiteswan Environmental interns. So that's been a collaboration between AmeriCorps, Northwest Indian College, and Whiteswan Environmental. And that's really a bridge that needed to be built for a very long time. So I'm really grateful that we built it, and I'm so excited to see the curriculum that the interns help provide for our future, as well as their participation in the SOS Coalition development. So SOS stems back from my father. He has recently connected to his relationship with our relatives in Canada, and they're reef netting people. And so we used to reef net all in the San Juan Islands and all in the Gulf Islands in the Salish Sea. And it was something that provided us sustenance and a relationship to our waters. And I know that I'm coming up to the ending of my time here, so I'm going to try to speed up. But it's been really amazing because we were able to bridge some of those native connections that we've lost due to colonization, and provide spaces in the National Park Service's land areas, land monuments, to put up story poles that connect our families, as well as create a coalition of Spirit of the Shkwala, basically members. So what our interns are doing now through our program is helping to widen that connection of Spirit of the Shkwala coalition. And we've based our methodologies on the community engagement fellows out of Western Washington University. Back to Sisayathat, she has been there the whole entire time, and she really shares some important memories that she has from the boarding school era. And it just goes to show what our elders carried over all of this time. And she really empathizes for the youth who don't have a lot to hang on to sometimes. And so she really wants us to take initiative and grasp onto our strengths and what we have available to us and provide that, because without that, we can't continue our culture, and we can't continue to know who we are if we don't acknowledge our strengths and the gifts that our community has to give us. And then John Elliott, he is from Canada and he's a language speaker. So I plan on going to UVic, University of Victoria, to study environmental law and learn Sanchothan from him eventually, after I get my bachelor's degree in native environmental science from NWIC. And it's just been overall a wonderful time seeing this whole network grow. And I hope to see us all utilizing our strengths and offering those forward to our Indigenous relations and learning from our elders in our community, because we are gifted by the Creator, and there is something that you have to listen to within yourself to offer forward. And that's something that I really value in Indigenous cultures. And I just want to share, those were that's knowledge that I've gained from my own land, but I've also been able to travel throughout different areas of the world. So I went to California, and there was the Indigenous 20-something project who shared knowledge about what they learned from their communities, and they actually were pulled out of their public school curriculum and brought into their Indigenous communities just to learn their culture. And they had to share with us at a quarterly board meeting that we are the ones who breathe the fire, or breathe life into the fire of our people. So our elders have been keeping our fire alive for so long, and now it's our job to keep the fire alive for our future generations. And in New Zealand, they say the same thing. Our water is connected to our forests, and they have a story about one of their whales. Their whale populations was connected to a sacred tree, and nobody believed them. And the tree ended up getting polluted by the toxins that were on our shoes. So when I went to go visit them, we had to walk on a bridge and dust off our shoes and wash off our shoes with water and scrape them off and get all those toxins off, and then walk on a bridge to go see one of the last standing sacred trees. And they said that that tree was connected to their whale. So as that population of trees has declined, their whale population has also declined. So I think it's really important that we acknowledge the connections that we have between nature and our sacred marine life, like the Saanich, the salmon, or the Kwastlmut, the orca whales, as we were talking about in the beginning, because those are so important to us and what we see as the Salish Sea. So there's a lot for us to protect, and the eelgrass provides 2.5 times more oxygen than any forest can, because of how much oxygen it just provides for our people. So there's all different sorts of ecological health that we need to focus on, and it will help improve our physical health of our people. Haishka, for your time and consideration, and I'm excited to hear the rest of the speakers.